That's what you have to be, is not an asshole. And it worked.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless podcast. This will be for Wednesday, April 15th. As always, I am the host, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth. And on the podcast, what would your title be, Sean? I'm keeping on this, huh?
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Friend of friend. Sean McCann, the McCannibal.
Woo! Whoa, let's frame in. What's up, everybody? Glad to see you.
Yes, Sean's currently undisclosed location somewhere in Los Angeles County.
Nice.
You like that?
Nice.
And I'm undisclosed location in Arizona. I got the Guinness background. Man, Sean and I we've been talking about like just all this shit that's going on. I was supposed to go see my first Pearl Jam concert with Sean live. That got canceled.
Tomorrow.
Yes. And I just got an email. I just got an email this morning that my Looney Bin dates are canceled, which was starting the last weekend of this month, going into May. And I got an email today from Laugh After Dark, Amazon. They said that they're going to push it out. They reassured us that, we're still going to do it. We just don't have a date right now, but they're pushing it out. Because you May 15th right now is LA, right?
Yeah, they did May 15th. And then what's crazy is Sunday, which it was 2 days ago when you're listening to this, 3 days ago. So Sunday, they announced a 40% uptick in the area that I'm located. So,
really?
yeah, but then again, we're talking about LA, so we haven't had the numbers of other people, so 40% is kind of easy to get to. If you think about if there was 10 and now there's 20, that's a 200% increase, I guess.
Right.
So it's easy to hit big numbers, but still, yeah, it's real.
And how are you? Because I'm staying in Arizona at Hillary's, and there's people here, so I'm interacting with people daily. How are you handling your solo?
Yeah, it's tough, man, because this is the only communication I have, like with another human, where I get to see somebody. And otherwise, I'm just trying to keep myself busy with projects, that I can do without having to deal with the outside world at all. Like, 'cause it's all different, man. Every single place you go, you got to have a mask on now. And starting tomorrow, it's a rule. It's like a straight up rule in LA County, and they'll ticket or arrest you depending on your attitude.
Now, do you know anybody? Do you know anybody that's got it or that relative has got it?
No, nobody.
There's a comic named Tamer, and he was asymptomatic, but he had it. He's in New York, and he was saying that he has the 2 antibodies. I didn't know that there was in his system. I don't know what that means, but he's good. He's good. And then now people that we don't know. I mean, I know Michael Yo, but did you see his video?
No, I didn't see. Is he still sick?
No, but he posted a video after he got out, and he was like emotional in it, like justifiably, I mean, it makes sense, but he was talking about when he was going to get tested, his doctor told him, okay, so as we're testing you, if you have it, just know that you say goodbye to your family because they're not going to be able to come see you. And then it came back, they told him, okay, you do have it. And they told him right then, this is going to go one of 2 ways. It's either going to go really bad, really fast, or, good, and it went, what's up?
No in between.
Yeah. And it went bad fast. Like he thought he was going to die, I guess. And he's in shape. I think he's maybe early 40s and in good shape. And he was saying that in his video where he was real tearful, he was saying, know that the people that have that if they are dying, they're dying alone because you can't have your family in there. It's fucking crazy. And
I was watching a CNN interview today. A nurse, I don't know if you saw the nurse breaking down. Somebody died. It's like she feels all out of control, and somebody dies, and there's nobody around, and she has to go in and be with this person as they expire, and it's like, dude, it's traumatic, and that's out of New York, so she's just seeing that on a daily basis.
Dude,
I don't know how you deal with that, man.
Yeah, they were talking about and I totally get this, that people in the healthcare industry are going to have they're going to have like PTSD from this.
Oh yeah, real talk.
If you're watching the video, it'd be great versus just listening to this. Real talk. Wait, is it,
so full disclosure though, dude. You know, you and I exchanged phone passwords.
Yes.
And I don't know if you did it, but I did a video just in case shit went south and it wasn't on my mind. I got a video on my phone. Damn. Saying what's up. Yeah, man, it's real. Like, whoever has to do that.
Yeah. Dude, and did you see Michael Che's mom?
No, man. Oh, I heard.
She got it and died. I think it was his mom or his grandmother. I think it was his mom.
Grandmother. It was grandmother.
Oh, it was his grandmother. Dude, it's fucking, all of it is crazy.
It's nuts. And it's not real till it is. That's the fucked up part. Right? It's not real to us, right? I mean, it's real because we're living it, the effect of it. But dude, it's not real to you in the sense it's real to Michael Che. Like, this can get real when it's real.
Yeah, dude.
That's obvious. Real.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going to happen with the unemployment thing is taken. Which I mean. Last I heard, the unemployment for California, they said, yeah, we're aware of what the government's offering, and we're just waiting for guidance from them. So I'm like, okay, so we're all just waiting now.
Right.
Oh,
right.
I wanted to ask you, did you see Trump's press thing yesterday?
No, I saw some of it today, dude.
Dude, it was like a propaganda.
Oh, where everybody turned off of it because he started showing a video.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, this is like we're watching a propaganda video.
Well, dude, today he's going to withhold payments to the WHO now, to the World Health Organization.
Wait, who?
The World Health Organization.
Who?
The World Health Organization.
I would love it if he did it on the beginning of the month, because he'd say, who's on first?
So thanks for watching. Next weekend I'll be at
fuck. No, who's on second? What's on first? Who's on first? What's on second? I was reading some of that, and did he say why he wants to do that?
Doesn't know, because he did. He said he wants to know where the money's gone, and and it's not getting spent right, and blah blah blah. Look, I'm gonna say something that's probably super unpopular right now, like crazy unpopular, because I live in a land of reality, not in ideology or whose team I'm on. This dude, Trump, our president, he is our president. Okay, so get over that. He has been put in a position that I'd like to see anybody else deal with.
Oh,
Jay,
yeah.
you go deal with it. Me go deal with it. So, you can do what you can do. There's a lot of great things that administration has done. There is a lot of messed up stuff that administration has done during this coronavirus. But what bothers me, this is what I'm getting to, what bothers me with my pencil is that he irritates me when he goes south, man. When he tries to interrupt the doctor, it's ridiculous, dude, because I'm not interested in your propaganda. I agree that the media is, and we all know it. I mean, I'm a Democrat, dude. I can say easily that the media is against him. They always form everything around a negative connotation. I mean, if you don't see that, then you're lying to yourself. But does he bring a lot of that on himself? Hell yeah. And right now, the stuff he's pulling is bringing more of that crap on because he's making stupid decisions.
Not only that, but he also so that press conference yesterday, I ended up turning it off too once he started getting into his propaganda videos. That's all it was. It was just everybody jacked me off on this for this press conference. Yeah. But he goes, oh, let me tell you. He literally goes, let's go over some bullet points of how great I am. He was like, we did this in January. We did this in January. Everybody said I was, they didn't want to do it. I was like, no, let's do it. And I'm like, oh, what about, are you going to go over when you fired, the pandemic team or any of that stuff? And then did you see the news reporter that kept saying, well, what about, February? And he was like, he got pissed.
Jim Acosta.
No. It was a lady.
Oh, really?
There was a lady that was like, this is cool and everything, but what about, nothing happening in February? And then he just starts talking about January again. She was like, okay, yeah, but what about February, dude? It's the craziest thing.
Dude, that's the problem with that, dude. Dude, you can, if you show that you are weak, that makes you stronger in people's eyes.
Yeah.
That's what he doesn't get. This is why right now, if we had Obama in office, we could deal with this, and it would be much, because he knows how to deal with people, man. He knows how to speak, and it's not about him. So it bothers me, man. It's not about you. That's where he always goes south. Like, he talks about how great his ratings are, better than Monday Night Football, better than, and I'm like, huh? This isn't a show. It's an episode.
Oh, and you saw the thing where he has total authority?
See, man. See? Yeah.
You saw
that kind of shit. Yeah, I saw that. You're not a king, bro. I mean, I'm going to give it to him. He's got a lot to deal with, and I couldn't deal with it, dude. On the world stage, I'm going to give that to him. And I think he's done some really great stuff during this, or made some choices and decisions that were positive for the people. Then he starts negating all that with all the crap, all the junk. Dude, man, he needs to be better.
What's crazy too is like all this stuff happening right now. I mean, if he knew how to handle it, you could get everybody to rally behind him. And that's like dude, say that again.
That's what he does. He rallies people, but he doesn't rally them the right way. You're right. I agree with you. He's got that power.
Like, yeah, as this all has been going down, and like every time there's an announcement or something new happens, it's like I go into it, I'll be like, okay, I wanna, it's our president. I can't stand the guy, but I wanna get behind him. Let's hope he does something where you're like, oh, you know what? All right, good deal, Trump. And he literally, he could turn everybody to be like, okay, he did some really messed up stuff, but you know what? He's handling this like a champ. But then, like you said, then he goes and opens his mouth, or then he's like, okay, let's talk about ratings. Let's talk about our you dummy. It's just like
I lost it though on the real. I lost it when I watched that live when the doctor was up there after. So first Trump was on the podium and he keeps talking about that hydro whatever drug. Like the fifth question comes through, he answers it, he's done, he steps aside, doctor comes in, the doctor's asked the question, and that dude is off mic, and he's like, I already answered this question, what are we going to do? Keep asking, blah, 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 and like steamrolls over the doctor to the point he can't answer it until he goes on to another show. I'm like, dude, I'm not here to hear you right. President, I want you to be powerful and strong enough to be like, I don't have the answers, but I brought the guy who does. Let me introduce so-and-so.
Right. Absolutely, dude. It's pretty aggravating. And I mean, I don't want to, I'm sure people are so tired of hearing all this shit related to stuff. So I don't know if I want to spend too much. Let me ask you this. Have you checked out Ozark?
Finished. Yeah. Finished it up because, I started watching it at 12:01 on Thursday when it came out. So
are you serious?
Oh yeah, dude. I watched 2 episodes and I was so into it that the end came and then all of a sudden the screen went to Netflix and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I lost power or I lost connection. So I go in to start the next episode. No, that was it. And dude, if you're not prepped for it to be over, that's a hard thing to swallow, man.
Oh,
I know you do. But man, did you finish?
No, I haven't even started it, dude. I know.
So no season is better than another. I'm not going to say that. Oh, that's the way to say it. No season's better than the next, dude. It's that good.
Really?
It's fucking crazy. It's so good. And remember the first episode of the first season when we watched it?
And the body?
No. So Jason Bateman's character, Marty, he gets called into the office with his partner, and then they just kill the chick in the bathroom right away. Yeah. If you haven't watched the first season, it's on you. and they kill that chick in the first in the bathroom. That was like in the first 3 minutes of the show, man. This next season, same way. It just gets after it.
All right, I gotta catch up on it. Like Jack, you haven't seen Ozark, have you?
That's just the first season.
Okay, yeah. So he's seen the first season. You gotta, dude. Sean's telling me it's great. Oh, dude,
good.
yeah. And I just last night for the first. I know you have. I don't think you have. I saw my first ever Harry Potter movie.
Never seen Harry Potter.
Neither have I. Yeah, and I. So I smoked a little of the devil's lettuce, a little Roman red, Maui Wowie.
That's a strain.
Okay.
Roman red.
I think I got that from History of the World Part 1. I think they said that in that. I don't know.
Wow.
Or as my dad used to say, because it would come in these, jars from Mars. Remember that?
I remember there's a joke.
Yeah. So I was high basically. And, but even high, like watching it, I was like, I totally get why people love Harry Potter. Even as an adult seeing it, I totally get it. And I'm like, okay, I'm interested. I mean, it's weird being a grown man and you're like, okay, so this is a kid that's the protagonist in it. But yeah, it's and it had a little twist in this first movie that didn't see coming. You're like, oh, okay, interesting. So I'm gonna watch the second. And from what Jack tells me, because Jack loves the Harry Potter movies, he's like they're all better. They keep getting better, which I get because all the Marvel superhero movies, you have to lay the groundwork of the story, and then the next ones you get to see all the crazy shit, So,
have you seen what's the equivalent? There's another franchise. It's like
Lord of the Rings. Yeah. I think I've seen like part of one, but I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy. Haven't been a Harry Potter guy. Marvel, that was our shit was Marvel.
Yeah, my dad watched. He owns the DVDs of Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings sets and watches them. He loves them.
Really?
Yeah. He's got he would buy them when they would come out. Yeah, he's been into it that long. He likes them.
You should watch watch the first Harry Potter.
And the Sorcerer's Stone.
I mean, it's from 2001 it came out.
20 years ago. What is that kid like 60 now? Harry Potter?
You know who it is? It's Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, Radcliffe, yeah.
Yeah. Watch the first one. What'd you say?
That's all I see him as, though, is Harry Potter.
Yeah. Watch the first one. Well, he was in that, what was it on? FX? That TV show with the dog? It was a guy in a dog outfit?
No. Different guy. That's a different guy. That was Elijah Wood.
And they always get mixed up, right?
Maybe. Yeah. That's Elijah Wood.
What was the name of that show?
Was it Fred or something like that?
I think that was it.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember that. The adult dog in the suit. And then, that kid. But yeah, the other one is Daniel Radcliffe.
You should watch the first one, though. And then if you like it, then we'll catch up.
Interesting. I'll give it a good, honest try, dude. I'll see. Because you know how I am with dragons.
I know. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Your thing is dragons. You know what my thing is that I figured out? Is cartoons.
Any cartoon?
I mean, like, I never gotten into The Simpsons. South Park, not really. Like, I'll watch it if it's on, but I've never been like, oh, I got to see it. Family Guy, all that. For whatever reason, I can't get into I don't get that thing where I'm like, oh, I got to see all these.
And see, that's what's weird, especially about Family Guy, is that Family Guy is so funny, and it's the cartoon aspect of it that lets them do the funny thing.
Yeah.
You couldn't blow a dog's head off.
Fucking pencil down.
Sorry. But you couldn't. I'll use my Arsenio. So you couldn't though. Do the same. You couldn't make it funny when you blow a dog's head off.
Right.
Unless it's cartoon.
Or
and dude,
there's so many dying.
Yeah, like, and it's recurring. Like, there's so many recurring jokes in it, and like the way that Peter falls is a certain way that you can only do in a cartoon. I'm surprised you, and I've told you that before. I'm surprised you don't watch that show.
And I'll be honest, like when I like if you're watching it, if you have it on, and I sit there and I watch the thing, I'll be like, oh, it's funny, and I totally get it, and I'll laugh, but I don't get that thing of like, you know, like the Marvel movies where you're like, I gotta see it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody's like, what? You don't? And people say the same thing about Family Guy, like, you love it, and I'm like, I know I do like it when I see it, but I'm like, I don't.
It's your jokes. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. It's your jokes. That's why people think you'd like it. It's your humor.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But yeah, I'd be curious. You watch Harry Potter and dude, what's it called? Game of Thrones. And again, I know because of the dragon thing, but dude, there's like, you know, I ran through them leading up to the finale. When Jack and I were in Canada touring, and I like watched whatever it was, 10 years of it in the span of like a month. And there was even like certain episodes, like, I know this will mean nothing to you, but the Red Wedding was like, I had seen what the Red Wedding was when it happened, because everybody was like, they had like, you know, reaction of people watching the Red Wedding scene. And I knew what was coming. I knew what it was. And then still though, when it happened, I was like, holy shit. It was, Game of Thrones was pretty dope. I got that too. Like, I got that watching that. I was like, oh, I totally get why people are like waiting for the next episode.
Huh. Yeah, I'm just I have a thing. It sets me instantly off. Like, it sets a tone if it's got knights in it, or like round tables, or, you know, dragons, or any of that shit. Vikings, complete turn off, dude. No interest in medieval bullshit.
Well, even if it's like factual.
Yeah, even if it's factual,
like
I'm not
Braveheart.
interested. Oh, Braveheart, I loved.
Okay.
You know what, really? Hey, but on that tip though, I'm really into Aztec history.
Really?
Always have been my whole life. It's fascinating.
Huh. Did you see the Mel Gibson, speaking of Braveheart, Mel Gibson, but he also did that Aztec movie? There was
no.
I think he directed it or wrote it. I saw it a long time ago, and I remember it being pretty good. I think it was subtitled too. Excuse me. I'm going to look up Apocalypto.
No. Wow. Okay.
2006 American epic adventure film, co-produced and written and directed by Mel Gibson. Yeah.
I love everything Mel Gibson creates, and I got it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll cut you off. That's interesting though. So you like Braveheart, but I'm trying to think of another movie that's historic. What about like 1776, Independence, stuff like that? That time period?
Yeah, I actually just looked up some history on the Declaration of Independence a couple weeks ago, because what I didn't understand was, first off, like, why were there replicas of it, duplicates out there? And James Madison had these made, you know, because the real one was fading at the time. Okay. And so they actually had somebody that, you think about this, all the calligraphy on the Declaration of Independence, and it's written on this, I can't remember what they call it. No, not him, but whatever. I can't remember. That's some kind of thing. Anyways, papyrus. Papyrus? Papyrus? So anyways, huh?
Papaya.
Is that what it is? Papaya? No, dude, that's a fruit.
Is that it's like, I thought it was like the husk of papayas or something.
So
I seriously did. I really did.
Papayas, dude. No, man, a papaya is it's like a fruit.
No, I know, but I know what you're talking about. I thought papyrus, or whatever the fuck it's called, was like dried skin of that it was written on.
Oh, maybe it is. Who knows?
I'm looking it up.
Well, that's an American stationery. This is really good radio too, by the way. Well, I'll say this, that oh yeah, so dude, so they had a guy, imagine this, no technology back in 18, I think it was maybe it was 1785 or something, or close to 1800. But this person took the Declaration of Independence in one hand, and then they made a metal duplicate of all the little, details of the calligraphy and the penmanship, and then they used that to make a whole bunch of other copies of it to give out. And so people are now finding these. Like I saw one. This guy bought a frame at a Goodwill. Had a really ugly photo in it, but he liked the frame, so he got it, took it home, and there's this folded up thing in there. He takes it out. It's the copy of the Declaration of Independence, like from back then.
Yeah.
And there's like 20 of them in existence and 40 of them ever made. And then they found out it was actually James Madison's copy of it, his personal copy of it, and it was worth $12 million or something like that. But the original Declaration of Independence right now, the names are all, you can't read the names anymore. Like you can't see Thomas Jefferson written on there. I didn't know that. That was the moral of this whole story. It's like it's all faded away over time.
Papyrus paper is a material similar to thick paper that was used in ancient times as a writing surface. It was made from the pith of the papyrus plant, Cyperus papyrus, a wetland sedge.
So really?
Yeah, it's from the pith of the papyrus plant. Pith.
And the Declaration of Independence was in fact written on hemp paper.
No,
parchment. What I was trying to say, parchment.
But the hemp thing, they said, I was just reading an article that says that a lot of websites report that, but it's not true.
You're right. It says here all three versions of the Declaration of Independence were written on parchment, not hemp paper.
Well,
so
now
it's treated.
Now when somebody says papyrus, I'll be like, hey, that's not a fruit, right?
Oh, good.
I literally was like, I thought maybe they would take if they were to dry out the banana skin or whatever.
And then write on it?
Yeah, like dry it out and fucking, it seems plausible.
All right. Not probable, but not even plausible, really. Next topic.
Possible? Seems possible?
Probably not.
Next topic. We
got it right. This show,
Pearl Jam, for those listening.
Fenway Park, 2016. 75,000 people, only there for one reason: to watch Pearl Jam. Most insane show I've ever seen in my life.
But that's not your favorite. That's not your all-time favorite.
No, that's not my favorite show. No. Oh, what? Poster?
No. Show that you've been to.
No, that's not my favorite show.
Yeah.
My favorite
show. That's the most insane. Now, how many, for people listening, if somebody's a regular listener, they know who you are. They know you love Pearl Jam. But for those not listening, you're huge. Pearl Jam is your shit.
Yeah.
And how many concerts have you been to of Pearl Jam's?
Depends. So 18 or 15, depending on how you look at it. So I went to the Crocodile when they opened up for Cheap Trick, and nobody knew that. And I got a call because I knew a person that worked at the Crocodile in Seattle.
What year?
2001. It was October. I think it was October 22nd, 2001.
All right.
And so I met. So I was listening to him because I could not get inside, man. So I went around to the alleyway and waited, and then Matt Cameron came out, and so there was like 5 of us back there and got to kick it with the drummer from Pearl Jam when they got off stage. But you could hear him playing in there. So that was what it was. That was that's how much of a fan is. I'll go listen to him through a wall.
All right.
Just there. Yeah. But dude, it was great. I heard a live, and Even Flow, and for those that don't know, and I can't remember who it is, but one of the dudes from REM owns that place or owned it, the Crocodile. And so it's pretty small. I saw Everlast there, which was great right after he got after his heart attack.
Dang.
or his heart surgery.
How was he
was
alive?
showing his zipper. Huh?
How was he live?
He is supposed to be live. That's just he is. I mean, I'm not saying his albums are bad or anything because they're not. They're great. They're produced up and everything. But no, he's supposed to be live.
Well,
That's how.
Yeah, he's been on
amazing.
Rogan a few times.
Oh, I mean, dude, he did. I mean, he even did Jump Around and then turned it into an acoustic Jump Around.
Oh, wow.
It was dumb. It was crazy. And Whitey Ford, that album just came out. It was like a month old. So, you know, you're hearing all those songs for
So good.
very new. It was great.
So,
but yeah.
Sorry, I know we can't talk over each other, but okay, so you're about to finish, you said 18 or 15, depending on how you look at it, but so I want to know your favorite, which one of your concerts that you've been to is your all-time favorite, since it's not the Fenway one, and then I have a follow-up that might be related to this question.
Okay. Second show, Yield Tour, 1998. Best show I've ever been to.
Why?
It was at the Memorial Stadium in Seattle. It was outside. You know, this is 98, dude. So this was, you know, they're just like 7 years into it. They just came out with Yield, which was a great album. And then it was a historic show that I was at, because this is for Pearl Jam fans. We all know this, but there was the show back in the day, well, 98, where the guy climbed up the scaffolding, and it was like 3 or 4 stories of scaffolding, and played air guitar up there. And the whole crowd had turned and watched him, and it was just a moment that's been captured. And then, you know, the guys on the stage all looked up and saw it. But it was just one of those things. But dude, that was I was with some really good friends. You know, when you're in your early 20s, man, and it was a great time, man. It was the best show ever.
That's dope.
Ever.
You have pictures from it?
No pictures.
Interesting.
No pictures, dude. We had cameras in '98. Yeah. You know, and I wasn't taking camera with me.
All right.
I have a lot of the stuff. I have video of it. I have the whole entire VHS video of it. I bought back in 2000, I think, or 2001 off eBay.
Have you converted it?
No. Nope. I need to. It's just sitting. I haven't even played it on a VHS before.
No, we talked about doing this. I'm trying to think what was the reason. We were talking about, like, we were going to be spending some time. It was before, this is prior to the quarantine, but I was going to be there for a while, and we never did it. We were talking about getting a scanner, and I was going to scan all my family history stuff, and you were going to do it. I can't remember what it was for, but I mean, you should. I mean, we got time now.
That's real, dude. Yeah, I got thousands of just pictures. That are just sitting on pictures. Yeah.
So here's the question I was going to ask you. Yesterday, Kev and I, we did an Ask A episode, or we were going to a live one, and people, it's pretty sweet. I'll tell you about StreamYard. We use this thing, but people could ask questions live, real time. And the person we were going to do it with was Ask A former sex addict, but she had a bad reception. So we just turned it into an hour-long Ask Me and Kev Anything You've Ever Wondered About Ask A, right? And
nice.
So one of the questions came up was, if you could interview anybody, who would it be? And Kev immediately said, and I said it too for Kev, I knew he was going to say it, was Will Smith. Because he took a picture with him, and he loves Will Smith. So then I said, okay, living or dead, if you could interview anybody, who would it be? And I'll tell you, Kev's answer was Michael Jackson. Mine was Bruce Lee. And whose would yours be?
Mine's Eddie Vedder. Because there's a lot of questions that haven't been asked that I would want to know. You know,
you have anybody in the history of the world, and you want Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, a living rock legend is who I want. Yeah, that's it.
I think Bruce Lee. So it's like I was trying to think, and I'm like, who would it be? I was like JFK. You know, I mean, I mean.
Hitler, seriously, I would love to interview Hitler. So many questions.
I'm gonna edit the video right there.
Because hey, take the rules out. Just a lot of fucking questions. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
Because the idea of this is you have an attentive listener on the other side. I'm imagining.
And they
You're
have
fighting.
to answer. They have to answer questions.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd say Hitler, Eddie Vedder, and
I told
the
Kev.
guy.
I told Kev he couldn't say Jesus because I figured being a Christian
Yeah.
could be like Jesus. But
Dr. Jarvis, who implanted the first mechanical heart. A lot of questions for that guy. A lot of questions.
really,
Those are my three. Yeah.
maybe an astronaut.
That'd be good too. Yeah.
We're gonna try and get somebody on Aska that has had a near-death experience. Yeah, I think that'll be good.
That's really good.
That's interesting. I figured it'd still be Eddie Vedder no matter what. But
Yeah, dude, because there's so much stuff. Because there's so, as a Pearl Jam, and again, anybody who's a Pearl Jam fan gets this. We all know his backstory. Like, you had to know the story to listen to 10, right? He talks about it in Release Me and Live and all that stuff. So you get the whole idea that he thought who his dad wasn't his
how
dad.
loud is that to you, by the way?
It's real, but it's also coronavirus, man.
Hold on.
People are used to it.
One sec. Baby, come here. What's he barking at?
I'm just gonna sit here. All right, I'll tell a joke while he's out.
I'm back.
So Moth walks into a podiatrist's office.
Okay.
So anyway,
did you hear? By the way, I don't know if you saw it. I posted it on Instagram. Brian Glowacki he's out of Worcester, comic. He did
Worcester.
Yeah, he did a street joke challenge. So he was like, I'm doing a street joke challenge. This is my favorite street joke. And he tagged me and some other people. And he goes, what's your favorite street joke? And then you have to tag somebody else. So I did my favorite street joke. I tagged Kane Holloway in it. And you know what his favorite street joke was Norm Macdonald's. A horse walks into a bar. And he goes, it's an old street joke, but this is Norm Macdonald's twist on it. Horse walks into the bar. Bartender says, "Oh, why the long face?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm suicidal or something like that. I have severe depression or something like that." Mine, I just told the one you've heard me tell it before. The one my dad tells where he acts like it's an actual real story, where he says, there's a family who lived down the street. The wife couldn't get pregnant. So she goes on this experimental pregnancy pill, right? And when he's telling you this story, he's telling it. He's got his acting chops on. Like he doesn't say like it doesn't come up where like there's people are telling jokes and he goes, oh, let me tell you this one. He just might you may be talking about how you grew up and he'll go, oh, dude, this is crazy. When Jason was growing up, he was like, there's a family who lived down the street and the wife, they wanted to have kids. They could never get pregnant for whatever reason. So this was like in the 80s. Wife went on an experimental drug and she got pregnant. So great. 9 months later, she goes into labor and the neighbor, he asked me to go with him to the hospital. I go with him to the hospital. We're sitting in the waiting room and then here comes the doctor just disheveled and, with a crib or whatever the fucking thing's called. And he's like, I mean, he calls us over. He's like, here's your son. I'm sorry. And we look in, it's just this huge eyeball, just a fucking huge eye. And the daddy's like, oh my God, this is awful. What could be worse than this? And the doctor goes, oh, he's blind.
Jesus.
So that's my dad will tell that joke, but he'll tell it like, that was what I put as my favorite. There's another one that's a version of that. That's like a guy goes to the doctor and the doctor's like, I have bad news and worse news. And the guy goes, well, what's the bad news? And he goes, you have 24 hours to live. He's like, well, what could be worse than that? He goes, I've been trying to get a hold of you since yesterday.
I didn't see that coming. Damn, that's good.
What's your?
There was a guy who went to guy goes to the doctor's office because his wife's in a coma, and you won't hear this from any 1935 comic. And he goes, Doc, he says, so the only thing we know to do is you're gonna have to have oral sex with her. And he's like, oral sex? Well, Doc, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'll do anything. So I go in there, and 5 minutes later, I come back on. And I'm like, Doc, she's choking.
You know what you know why I didn't react is because I thought it was the other one, Jim Gaffigan. Yeah.
For the listeners, though, he reacted video-wise because there was just a big pause there, and everybody listening's gonna be like, "Yo."
Have you heard that? Did you see Jim Gaffigan, who's a clean comic? He told his favorite joke. I think it was on Sam and Jim, and he said that his favorite joke is I think it was Jim. It was either Jim Norton or Brian Regan, one of those comics. But he said the guy goes into the hospital and his wife's been in a terrible accident, and the doctor comes out and he's like, well, she's quadriplegic. You're gonna have to take care of her for the rest of the life. You're gonna have to install ramps. She's gonna be in a wheelchair. You're gonna either have to hire a stay-at-home nurse, or you're gonna have to be available for her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I don't know if you have insurance, but the bills on this, are pretty bad. It goes on for a long time, right? And the guy, the husband's just like, oh my God, this is the worst day of my life. And the doctor goes, I'm just fucking with you. She's dead. I'm butchering the joke, but it's something that he's like, don't worry about it. I'm just messing with you. She's dead.
Oh God.
The dumb street jokes. All right, what time? Okay, I got to roll. I'm sure you got to roll too.
Yeah, quick question though before we go. Have you watched Quibi? Quibi?
Yeah, Quibi. What do you know about that?
I actually downloaded. I'm on the 90-day trial now. I'm 2 days in.
I saw like they have. What is it?
It's brilliant. It's all just in the presentation, but it's super brilliant, and it's done by. Was it Katzenberg? Is the head of this? One of the huge studio guys, like one of the huge producers. I think it's Katzenberg. There's all those different dudes. Not Ron Howard and his buddy,
Weinstein?
but another guy. Yeah. Oh, it might be. But so what it is it's all the video episodes are all around mobile phones. And when he was saying that, I'm like, dude, that's what we all watch video on now. So how is yours any different? No, you can watch it vertically or horizontal. It's built for both ways. The other thing is episodes are about 6 to 8 minutes long. And Punk'd is back on there. So Chance the Rapper is the host of it. So you can think of, well, the little segments make sense. But they actually have shows with actors that you know of. It's a full episode in 8 minutes and it's over.
I think I saw that they have a movie on there it's released on Quibi.
Yeah, and
I don't remember who it was, but it was like a pretty well-known actress or actor.
Yeah, Idris Elba is on this deal. Dude, there's a bunch of people you've heard of. It's interesting, man. And they've got I think they have 50 shows on now, not episodes, but they have 50 shows on here, and yeah, it's crazy.
So if you want to sponsor us, Quibi, all right, where can people follow you? Where are you going to be, Sean?
No, let's see. So I'm taking this weekend off because of the coronavirus, but we're having a secret show in New York downstairs. I won't say where, but it's usually where they keep things in the cellar. So come check me out Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
You have to tell people that we're just messing around because people are
I'm messing with you.
Yeah,
I'm not a comedian.
That's Sean's always says makes up a club.
But I'm at the McCannibal. That's real talk.
Yes, and I'm at Big Irish J. No dates. Just keep following us. Follow Sean. Hit him up. And Sean, I think we might just keep doing this. I'll talk to you about it later. I got to go pee and eat. So I love you. Bye.
Bye.
I know you hate it. Bye.